Hello, this is Future Ninja talking, and this is my Chandrayaan-3 rocket, which we will be using to do our Chandrayaan-3 mission. So, the lander's name is Vikram Lander, and the lander's job is to land on the moon while taking a rover with it. Also, the rover's name is Pragyan. So, this is my rocket, as you can see. So now we are going to launch. So yeah, we are now going to retract the service arms of the launch pad. You see those landing leg things? I tried to make it realistic, the launch pad, but it's not 100% realistic, but it does the job. So we are retracting the service arms. Now we are going to launch the rocket in a 3. Okay. We are going to launch it in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's launched. I messed up the timing, but that doesn't matter. Alright, we have taken the launch. It is still going up. We are going to have to wait a lot, so we can go to low Earth orbit. So I'm going to be turning a little bit, not a lot at once, so it doesn't use much fuel. Yeah, we are just waiting here. Alright, the side boosters still have some fuel, so we can use those still, but it will run out sooner or later. Okay, we are at the third last time when we are going to turn. Okay. We are about to go to orbit. We are just turning so we can go to orbit. Okay, the side boosters are about to run out. Don't ask me why I made it to 0. Okay. That made us waste a little bit of fuel, but that doesn't matter. We will transfer the fuel from the second stage to the first stage, so we can go to orbit. I cleared the debris, which I wish we could do in real life. Alright, so now we are transferring the fuel and we are time warping it because we are not going to wait a long time. I time warped a lot, so that's why this video is quite short, but it's still quite long. Okay, we are about to escape the atmosphere. But by the way, at 30 kilometers you don't escape the atmosphere. You have to go a little bit higher to go away from the atmosphere. In real life, it's not like this exactly, but it's a video game, so it's not the same. It's a little bit different. Okay, we are going to orbit. And we are in a low Earth orbit, as shown at the top. Reached low Earth orbit. We have transferred the remaining fuel, so it is now at 50%. Now, this stage we are going to use is to go to the moon. And the next stage is actually the Vikram lander. I just didn't have enough space to put it in a fairing, so yeah, it has an extra stage, which is not true, That's actually the Vikram lander. But so the transfer window, when we will reach the transfer window, it will tell us how much speed we need to get to go to the moon, and it will tell us how many meters per second we have to go. So we are time warping until we get there. Okay, we are still very far away from the transfer window, like a few kilometers or something, which is a lot, you know. Alright, we are about to touch the transfer window, and basically I accelerated way too early, but I hope it will work. Spoiler alert, it worked. Yeah, even though you would have known. I told you a bit early, but doesn't matter. Alright, we are going to use RCS. RCS is used for tiny movements. And we'll move a little bit so we can get a moon orbit. Okay, we are near to the lowest point, which is 162.6 kilometers away from the moon's surface. When we will go to the lowest point, we will turn the engines on at 100% power, and then we will go to a moon orbit. Right now, I was thinking that if I wait a little bit, it will move enough, but it did not move enough, so later on I time warped it. You can time warp in this game, but you can't do that in real life. See, I time warped it. Now I'm going to have to wait a little bit more. Yeah, I time warp a lot. Because doing a moon mission takes a few days in real life. And when playing a video game, if we can time warp, we will use that. So it doesn't take us a few days. It's not like someone will be playing this game for days straight. They will at least have to take some breaks when playing a video game. That's why there is a time warp feature in the first place. And this is, even though this is my first video about this video game, it is not my first time doing a similar type of mission. And you see that another arrow? Yeah, that's my test rover. I had done this before, which was a test, so I can at least understand how it will function. Alright, we are now in a low moon orbit. Oh, I made a mistake there. I accidentally separated, which I did not mean to separate, because I will transfer the remaining fuel. Now we are going to wait until, yeah, and we are going to use the rest of our fuel, I think, to go to a low moon orbit. It's easier to land on the moon when we have a low moon orbit instead of a high moon orbit. I could have done this without orbiting. Yeah, I can do it without orbiting. But since this is a Chandrayaan-3 mission, we are going to do it like the Chandrayaan-3 mission. Alright, I have separated for real this time. This is not a mistake. Now, I think I'll be separating the fairings. Yep, I separated the fairings. Now I will start the engines in some time. And I will give you another spoiler. Yeah, I'm giving too many spoilers, but something will happen to the engines right there. Yeah, Oh, I made a mistake, which is going to cost me quite some fuel, and we are trying to save as much as fuel we can, as much fuel. Okay. Oh, this is yeah. I am reverting it too much. Yeah, I'm trying to get a low orbit so we can land on the South Pole. And using RCS, I'm turning perfectly, even though I shouldn't have used it. Oh well. Oh, I found some debris. Oh, it was orbiting the moon. Some debris were orbiting the moon, which we don't want. One day it will crash into our rockets, you know, when we will do another mission in this game. Yeah, I will be making even more videos in this game. This is not the only one. Alright, I am near the South Pole. Near the South Pole, not at the South Pole. Yeah, okay. I'm near it. This is the time where I'm going to time warp. And yeah, I will make the, or I will deform the orbit or deorbit. Almost. Just I have to slow down a little bit. I'm readjusting so I come near the rover. I was trying to come near the rover, but at the end I just chose to land somewhere on the South Pole. You notice those landing legs are not under the engines, or yeah, the soft padding, you see? That is not near the engines, which will make the engines just crash. The rocket will not crash, but the engines will a little bit. So it's not a perfect landing, but it lands, it functions, it works, so. Okay. We are very close to the surface. Alright, we are near the South Pole now. We are actually at the South Pole. Not perfectly, but near the South Pole, which is good enough. Alright, now I'm going to have to wait, because I used the engines way too much, which made me go up too much, even though I was trying to slow my rocket down, because it's very fast, you know. Okay, I have side velocity too powerful, so I was trying to slow, basically minimize the side velocity, so I had to go sideways. And using RCS, because this is the time where I don't care that I have to save fuel. This is the part where I can use as much fuel I need to land. Okay, we are going 20 meters per second down to the moon's surface, which is very fast, and we don't want that, otherwise we are going to crash completely. Yeah, and we don't want the side velocity either, otherwise it's going to make us turn around and make the rover crash into the moon's surface. I used the engine too much, so now I'm going upwards too much. And I shouldn't have time warped. Yeah, when you time warp, controlling it is difficult when you time warp. especially when you're on the moon where there is no gravity. Yeah. Not no gravity, no atmosphere. My bad, sorry. Okay. And at the end, I will get too excited, because of which I was like 900 meters away from the surface, but I used the engine too much and went 1,000 meters above the surface. And this is about the time where that will happen. It doesn't, yeah, you see. Now I'm going to go 1,000 meters above the surface because of this tiny mistake. Yeah. So I had to wait a little bit. Which is alright, you have to wait quite a lot. Compared to my Mars missions I have done, which are not recorded. I just did them for fun, the Mars missions. Okay, I'm about to land. Then, okay, I am only 200 meters away from the surface, 100 meters away from the surface, and the engines crash. Yeah, the engines are gone. But you know, I managed to land, and I got super excited. That's why I was zooming out, zooming in, like that. And I have transferred the remaining fuel to the rover, so we can control the rover. And I have also added RCS on the rover, which is not real at all. That's not very real, but that is required for movement. Little bit. The wheels do most of the movement. Well, we have landed on the moon. The lander is now debris in this game, not really. In real life, it's not debris, it's a lander. But the game recognizes it as debris. So, I am driving it around here to show you the quality of the rover. It is good, but since the moon doesn't have too much gravity, I'm having trouble controlling the rover. It's just moving too much, making the back part go up. And the solar panel doesn't have any purpose, but in real life it has a purpose, to charge the battery in the probe. But in this game it's just for decoration. Don't ask me why it is in this game. So that's it. That's the video. And I will see you in my next video. So I'm going to show you the South Pole. We have landed on the South Pole before we go. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. And I'm going to show it before I go for real. Okay, bye, and I will see you later.